Morning, everyone. There we go. Hello, and welcome to the LovenStamps studio. I am Meg, if you haven't met me before. Hello. And we are going to do a project today that features, first of all, a secret suite that I found in the catalog. You probably haven't seen this. And, well, I'm just going to guess that you haven't seen it. So, Secret Suite revealed, and the Extraordinary Flora Washi Tape, which is one of the most extraordinary things that I have seen for a long time from the Stampin' Up! Catalog, and it was out of stock forever. It's back now. It's also on sale, so now is definitely the time to snag it. But the stamp set that coordinates with it is this one. It has a die that cuts out the flowers that we're going to use today without the washi tape. So to kind of give you some ideas on how to use this. And then we are also going to bring in our washi tape. So lots and lots of fun techniques today. I think you guys are going to get a lot out of this project. We're going to talk about some backgrounds. We're going to do some blending brushes. We're going to do some ombre inking. We're going to talk about placement of things. And we're going to use those gorgeous washi tape flowers that I love so much. And I posted over the weekend on the LovenStamps Facebook page, and it was pretty universal. People were like, yes, please show us more washi tape things. So we're also going to talk about the in colors. I've worn my almost darling duckling. Let's see, how close is it? Oh, okay. When you put it next to the cardstock, it doesn't look very darling duckling, but I've worn my yellowish mustardy kind of color to inspire you to love the darling duckling color, which we're going to use a little bit on today's project. And we're going to talk about the colors, the in color. So when the catalog first came out last spring, early summer, I definitely went through all those things, but you might have missed it. And with the 2025 to 2027 in color special that's going on right now. There are a zillion things available with that sale. So one of them is the washi tape. So if you want this, do not wait. Go grab it. There's a link in the video description for all the supplies I'm using today. But all of the in color things on the link that I've included also in the video description are on sale. Ink pads, cardstock, designer series paper, including the designer series paper from our secret suite. So are you guys ready for the secret suite reveal? It is also called Florals in Bloom. Yay! And you're like, that is not a secret suite. That's a suite that's in the book. Yes, that's true, but I bet this is the side that everyone pictures when they come up with Florals in Bloom. And we're going to talk about why the back side of this is a secret suite. So let me see. Get camera switched over. Okay, so like I said, here's the front side of these papers. Gorgeous florals. I absolutely love them. I love them so much. And they were featured on my Stampin' Up! Card, the $1 million one. If you haven't seen this reveal, you could go back and watch that special video. And so the front sides of these papers are these gorgeous florals here. But the back side here, these are in colors. This is Secret C. This features Timid Tiger. This one here is a little outside the in colors, but it coordinates with them well. Where there's no green of the in colors, but that's okay. This is Strawberry Slush, and this is the light blue, which is Cloud, I'm like blanking, Cloud Cover, okay? So here are the in color ink pads, so you can see these together, but do you see how this is such a great match? And then we're going to bring in our washi tape. There are two different prints of this, and the one that I showed you last time was the pastel version. We're going to use the in color feature version, which I bet you didn't identify as an in color feature, right? Okay, so we're going to talk about that today. By the end of this video, you'll be like, oh yes, I see all the in colors. Okay, which reminds me, when we get to the end, I'm going to go through, I'm going to talk about coordinating or the way the in colors fit into our current color families, okay? Hi, Inika, Sue, Joan, Tanya, Lori, good to see everybody. All right, so let's get started. Let's make a card. All right, Extraordinary Flora, piece of cardstock, basic white, and then I'm just gonna unroll a section of our washi tape here. And I did decide to feature this for our LovenStamps Monthly Tutorials. Okay. I just got like a bubble in there, which is not helpful. So we're just going to peel that up and put it down again, which is a pretty fantastic trick actually. So it's a great, great washi tape, just sticky enough, but not too sticky. And then I'm going to cut this here between here and our next repeat. The next repeat in this section would be the pastel one. So I'm going to set that one aside because this is the one that I want to focus on for today. This is the one that features Strawberry Slush and Darling Duckling really heavily, and it goes beautifully with our In Color Suite. Okay. All right, so we've got our washi tape down on there. I like to put this on a 5.5-inch piece of cardstock. It's just really convenient, and it's going to double for us here shortly on today's card. So let's go ahead and pop this over here. I like to use a little bit of other washi tape because I don't want to waste the florals by like chopping it up. And we're going to go ahead and pop this on here, and then we're going to go ahead and die cut this. Now, like I said, ooh, sorry, my camera's getting weird. Like I said, this is going to be our feature for the month of August. I'm going to show you more tutorials with the washi tape, so to give you some more ideas and have you get some great ideas on how else you can use it. So watch for more projects with this. And since it's monthly tutorials, if your order is at least $60 with me this month, then you're going to get 2 card kits in the mail, and it's also going to include this die cut. So it's going to include one print of all of these colors and the die backing, which you're not going to want to throw away because I'm going to show you why. Okay, so hang on to this baby. All right, so set our flowers aside for the moment. Although, I mean, can we just appreciate how beautiful they are? All right, and I'm going to get my die set aside, and we are going to use this for our project here. So now I have for our card, so this is one of the card kits that you'll get with all these pieces in it. You're going to get a piece of cardstock that is 5 1/4 by 3 3/4, and I will tell you more about why that is as we go to make our card, okay? But what I want to do is I want to make us a background piece. And so I'm going to bring in my scrap paper because this is a little bit messy. And I'm going to kind of align this here with our card. And I want it to be pretty straight. I can kind of see through if I hold it up, okay? And then I'm going to take those 2 little bits of washi tape and I'm going to make our life easy by just putting this on the back here. So if you get one of these card kits for an August order, this is a technique that you're going to be wanting to try. All right, so now we're going to bring in our blending brushes, and I'm not going to use all of these colors here. I'm going to feature Darling Duckling, Strawberry Slush, and then I'm going to bring in some greens to go along, Lemon Lime Twist, and Old Olive. Hi, Trish. Hey, good to see you. Hi, Paula. So I'm going to start with the lightest color here, which is going to be our Darling Duckling. And I'm going to swirl my blending brush on here, and then I'm going to swirl my blending brush onto our project, okay? Now the Smart Stamper starts off the edge of their cardstock and goes across, okay? The reason you don't want to start on your project is if you first ink your blending brush, you tap it down, you're going to get a splooch. That's the technical term. I don't know how to spell it, but maybe you can figure it out. But if you start off your cardstock or off your project and then work your way onto your project, then you're going to get a much smoother color that's easier to blend, okay? Now the other thing that's really cool about using this washi tape, I'm going to show you a difference at the end, but actually maybe I'll show it to you now. Do you see how there's a really nice dark line around the edge of the flower? The reason that that's happening is because the washi tape grabs the ink a little bit, the washi tape outline on here, but then it releases it really easily because the ink doesn't stick to the washi tape. So you end up with some extra cool effect by using your washi tape outside, scrap, whatever you want to call it, to do this technique, okay? All right, I'm going to come in with Lemon Lime Twist, which is a really, oh, see, I started right there on my paper and I got kind of a blotchy part. Not to worry, we're just going to blend that out, and honestly, it's going to kind of get hidden by our card here as we go. All right, so I'm adding some green in there, and then I want just a little darker color here on the end, so I'm going to get some of our old olive, and we'll do just a little darker. And I'm just going with the same blending brush because it's already green already, and it can just get a little darker there on the end. All right, now I kind of want, let's blend this out just a little, kind of want a little more yellow, so I'm going to come back with that. All right, now when I peel this off, remember this is the front part and the back, we're going to have this really fun reveal here of our background. All right, so now we have this really fun floral print with these amazing colors on it. Okay, all right, I'm going to peel these backings, and then we're going to do some stamping over this. I'm going to set this aside because this is gold, right? I mean, it's not gold, but you get the idea. It's something that we could use over and over again. And so I'm going to grab the stamp now that coordinates with this suite, and I'm going to ink it up in Secret C, and I am going to turn this over, and we're going to see whether I got this right side up or not. Yeah, I did. I think so. All right, so I'm going to set this down, and the closer I get to it, the easier to see if it's aligned or not. There we go, and then I'm going to give it a good, oh, here, I didn't turn this on. Hi, sorry. I'm going to go ahead and give this a good standing squish so that we have a good amount of ink on there. Sometimes you can even turn it over and just make sure you've got all impressions. When you have such a large stamp, it can be easy to miss some pieces. So there is our really gorgeous ombre background, okay? All right, you guys loving this so far? Now, what to do with this? We're going to put this onto a card. I'm going to scoop my ink out of the way. We're going to come back to the ink, so I'm not going to close it. Sorry. Oh, see, I already got ink on something that didn't need ink on it. My workspace is such a mess right now. You guys would be, I don't know, maybe not favorably impressed with all of this space right here. But we're going to take our strawberry slush cardstock. I've scored this with my trimmer. You always want to score in the middle with an actual scoring tool when you're using a card this direction. Hey, Darlene. Hi, Linda. Oh, I just got home from Minnesota. So what we have here is we have our cardstock, which with our ombre pattern, and we can go ahead and place this down. But what I really want to do is to connect this better to our background. I want to have a little bit less like white line here on the sides and a little more connection with the colors. And so this is where that Secret Sweet Florals in Bloom paper comes in handy, because the strawberry slush is exactly the right color for us. And so I have 2 pieces of strawberry slush here, and we're going to go ahead and instead of mounting this like a stripe right in the middle, we're going to have it just be a little bit offset. So I'm going to trim this down, and it doesn't really matter how much I trim it down, as long as I don't go too much, but I'm going to trim it right to the edge so that it just looks like our paper was cut out of a wider strip. Okay, it looks like, okay, this to me, tell me if there's a candy that you think this looks like, and then I'll tell you guys what I think it looks like. Do you get vibes of a certain candy from looking at this? Okay, so now you can see how when we place this on here, it really feels a little bit more connected because we don't have those big white negative space areas at the edge, which are okay sometimes. I use those on purpose. They're absolutely useful tool, but for this card, I really want it to connect. So we're going to go ahead and flip this over and add some multi-purpose liquid glue on the back. Hello. Okay, anybody come up with a candy yet? What candy does this remind you of on this long white strip? All right, I probably should have folded my cards in half first before I stuck this down, just so that I could get a true vision of where that score line is instead of kind of guessing, but here, we'll do it after, and it'll give us a second to still move stuff. There we go. Do you see what I mean? Now I can see exactly where the top of that score line is gonna fall. All right, and then we're gonna take this and pop it on. Let's see. I think there's like a little bit of a delay in my video today, so I haven't seen any candy guesses yet, but maybe you guys haven't heard that part in the live stream yet. Oh, okay. So we have this laying down here. All right, so now we have our really fun ombre. And now we're going to go ahead and we're going to add some greetings to this. And so I have a piece of Darling Duckling cardstock, and I'm going to go ahead and punch a hexagon punch. This is one of my new favorite punches. It's very neutral as far as shape goes. It's not too fussy. It's not too plain. It's got just some great sort of average feel to it, which means it matches lots of things. And then we're going to use the Pattern of Friendship suite here, or Pattern of Friendship bundle here. I'm not going to use the die on this set project today, but we'll get it in on one of our others. But I do love the greetings in this one. So we have our happy birthday, which fits perfectly. Oh, Joan's like, I don't know what candy. Tanya says rainbow ribbon candy. Oh, yeah, it definitely has that vibe. Okay, I think this looks like candy dots, though. Sorry about the artifacts. The candy dots. You know how there would be like a strip of like dots as you go down the page, and it would be like the rainbow kind of colors across. Anyway, that's what I feel like it looks like. All right, so let's close Secret C because it's a dangerous color to have this laying open here. so much pigment. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to put happy birthday on here, and then we're going to bring in back these flowers, and we're going to talk about how and where to place them. All right, so a couple of dimensionals on here. And yeah, I like the rainbow ribbon candy idea too. Okay, I'm going to place this. And then of all of these flowers, so when you get your kit, if you are ordering at least $60 for me this month, you're going to get 2 card kits in the mail, and one of them is going to be this card. And so you'll want to have your inks and stuff on hand. I'll send you the die cut pieces, so you'll have that, and you'll have the washi flowers to go. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pick kind of one big flower for this one, maybe not that one, this one. And I'm going to kind of make like a little nest of florals down here at the bottom of our card. So let's see that one, and maybe one of these, and then here. Okay, so that's going to give us some sort of like a nest of flowers and greenery. And then I always like to kind of top that off like with a thought of 3. So I'm going to take one of these. This one has a lot of Darling Duckling in it, and maybe one of these. Let's use a little flower on this one, a little flower, and we're going to pop that on there. So we kind of have our group of 3 candy dots. Yay. Okay, Sue knows what I'm talking about. Those are your favorite? I loved them, except that there was always like, you peel them off and then there'd always be just a little bit of paper that kind of stuck to the back. And so it always felt like you were eating, I don't know, a significant amount of paper with them. Was that just me? Maybe I was not good at peeling the candy dots. All right, I'm going to pop just a little bit of glue on here, and then I'm going to squish our pieces through it to, I guess I need to move that over a teeny bit. Squish our pieces through it to pick up some of that glue and squish it down there. Okay, and now of course we need a bling, and then we have both an inside and an envelope to go with our card today. So we're going to get that here in a second. So these are the flowers that will be left over to make your other card, which you'll get a kit for too. So, all right. What did I say? Bling, 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 bling. Now, also included in the In Color Special are, Sue says she's just spit the paper off. Yeah. Are the In Color dots. These are the flat pearls is what they're called. But also things that include the In Colors, like the strawberry slush, pretty in pink dots. Those are included too. So remember, when you use that link that's in the video description, it'll take you to the In Color Special, and you can see all the things that are included in that, because there is a lot. So I'm going to pull this out, and we're going to use our Take Your Pick tool, which is sort of a standard tool. I didn't put it in the video description. And let's see, I think I'm going to go with Secret C on this one. I did a different color combination on my other sample, so I'll show you that one too. But I'm going to do a little group of 3, which is sort of my favorite. So my triangle is going to draw attention to our focal point, which is, of course, our greeting. And I'm going to pop this one down here. All right, so we have our 1, 2, 3, and they make a triangle that has our focal point in the center. Okay, so that's how I usually use my embellishments, our bling, to like create an extra focus for us. Okay, now what about the inside of our card? I'm still thinking about like Sue and spitting out that paper from the candy dots. This makes for a really, really easy extra. So I'm just going to place this across here in a way that's going to get us like a fun color spectrum. And I'm going to go ahead and add some of our color back here. I think I need a little more. Whoa, a lot more is really what I was not going for, but that's okay. When you get a lot of color on something, then it just means basically that you should go back and add more color to even it out. So there is a lot of color here on the inside of our card. But, oh, and a big like smush on the side. Okay, I forgot, you have to be careful about this. Let's try this again. So this time maybe I'll be a little bit more gentle with our color. Try not to go off the edge of your mask here. And also try not to move it. I'm like trying to hurry here. And there we go. Ah, much better. Okay, well, there's a little line across there, but I'm going to call it okay. So this is going to go on the inside of our card. And then we need an envelope also. So I'm going to snag my envelope. And I think I probably better bring back my paper here. And this time, let's see, let's make it easy for ourselves. I'm going to pick a part of our mask that's not going to give us a line on the edge, okay? So you see how the danger zones are at the ends here, and so I'm going to eliminate those danger zones entirely by not using them on our project for this part. And I'm just going to use my ink that's kind of left over here in my blending brushes for a nice light color. So there we have a nice light without that extra edge. Hi, Teresa. Oh, thank you. Thanks so much. Okay, so here we have our finished card here with our blending brushes and our really pretty ombre background. And I didn't glue this in because I'm probably going to do another one that doesn't have that line across there. But here is one that does include a finished inside there with no line. There we go. I just did a better job on that one. All right, and there's two different versions of the in color dots for you to see here on this project. So lots of possibilities for colors on those. But either way, I like the way the focal point, those three dots sort of bring our focal point together. So morning, Faye. Hey, Darlene. Thanks. I'm so glad you like it. All right. So that is the second of our cards. The first card that I shared with you for this monthly tutorial set is actually this one. This is the bonus color. I did them in the pastels from the washi tape. I'll redo, or I'll share also another card that includes them in sort of the strawberry slush in colors series. So you'll have both samples in those tutorials. And those PDF tutorials go to anyone who places any size order in my online store during the month, as well as to my LovenStamps demonstrator team. They also get all those tutorials from me for free. You can purchase the tutorials after the month is over in my Etsy shop, and there's a link in the video description, I think, for that. If you're looking for past tutorials, like if you're looking for the ones for last month, they just posted yesterday, and pair kits go in the mail today. So watch for those if you are getting pair kits for anyone who placed orders over $60 with me last month during July. So, all right, guys, I hope that you are as excited about this like secret suite as I am. I just think the colors are beautiful. And whether the in colors jumped out at you initially or not, I highly encourage you to go back and check them out. There are so many pretty things in the in color special that's going on. And if you are one of the people who looked at the in colors and just thought like, those just don't appeal to me when they first came out, take a look again. Oh, I never showed you my in color sampler. Okay, let me show you this. I'm going to switch our camera down because this is really helpful, I think. So when Stampin' Up! Brings out new colors, and I know they're not new, I know they came out in the catalog last spring, early summer, but new, if you haven't looked at them yet, which I'm guessing they're on sale because maybe people haven't looked at them a whole lot yet. But it's always tricky to know where they fall in the spectrum of other Stampin' Up! Colors. And so I have, here are the colors, which I find highly appealing myself. Hopefully between my camera and the video platform you're watching on and your TV or monitor or phone or whatever, hopefully those are colors that kind of come together pretty well to kind of show us what's going on. But I'm going to show you sort of the version from our, if you tried to do this color palette with the colors that we currently have, this is what you would get. It's really a different match, and these colors have a very muted tone that allows them to act as both vibrant colors and pastels at the same time, which is pretty awesome. No one would ever look at this color here, this Night of Navy, and say, oh, that could also be a pastel. All right, and pumpkin pie, super energetic, right? No one's gonna look at pumpkin pie and say, oh, that could act as a pastel. So here are the in colors. Let's look at how they compare. So this is Secret C. This is Night of Navy with it. My camera needs to stop white balancing. Okay, there we go. That's pretty true. There's Secret C and Night of Navy. So you can see how, stop it. Okay, hold on a second. Let me tell my camera to stop white balancing. It's like, I'm trying hard here. I'm trying hard. And that is not at all correct. There we go. Okay. I think it's locked, so it's not gonna do that weird balancing thing anymore, okay? That might be a little overcorrected. I like that. Okay, so now Secret C and Night of Navy, all right? Next one we have is Timid Tiger, which is a really, really pretty orange, and here it is with pumpkin pie. You can see the very, very difference there, where pumpkin pie is so much stronger and Timid Tiger is just a really nice, soft color. Then we have Strawberry Slush, which looks like, oh, that looks just like Melon Mambo, until you put Melon Mambo next to it, and then you realize, no, they're not at all the same. So Strawberry Slush is a lot like Timid Tiger. It's just a nicer, softer pastel-er version of the color. All right, then we have Darling Duckling, and Darling Duckling is halfway between two yellows. There is so much. Remember at the beginning of my video, I held the cardstock up and I'm like, look, I wore my Darling Duckling shirt. And then I realized, like, no, it really, here you can see it in the corner. It really has nothing to do with my shirt. It's totally a different color, but it has that feel because there's so many different yellows. So here's Lemon Lolly, which is very light to go with it. And here is Crushed Curry, which is the next strongest yellow we have. So you can really see that Darling Duckling slots right between those really well. And then finally we have our Cloud Cover, which is not available in an ink pad because the way the ink reacts with the foam doesn't work. So if you want to have a Cloud Cover ink pad, you can use the little Stampin' spots and you can get the re-inker for it. That's fine. But honestly, I've been doing just fine without it. And here it is with Balmy Blue, which is a much stronger blue and much like Cloud Cover. This really is aptly named, okay? If you wanted to see a darker color with it, here is Moonlight Mist. And you can see that it actually is a really beautiful pair with Moonlight Mist. So these two, and you can see if you put it with Night of Navy, it has a much stronger, more electric feel. If you take Night of Navy away and put it with Secret C, it has a much softer, more mellow feel, okay? So all of these colors I really think are very helpful new colors that blend into our existing families in a way that makes you have a lot more opportunities to get just exactly the color combination you're looking for. So the feel of the new colors is wonderful. And I think, I hope that you guys are enjoying using them. If not all together, although I love them all together, definitely in pieces. So like for our card today, we used Darling Duckling, Strawberry Slush, and Secret C. And basically we did that little ombre between the Darling Duckling and the Strawberry Slush, which makes it feel a little bit like Timid Tiger is in there too. So, all right, everybody. Thank you for joining me on this Tuesday morning. I will look forward to seeing you guys again. Our normal Make Our Mornings with Meg videos are Tuesday and Thursday mornings at 9:30 a.m. I won't be here this Thursday, but watch for some posts and so forth, or some different ideas. So I will not leave you hanging for ideas. That is for certain. Anyway, thanks guys so much, and I look forward to seeing you again next time for our next Maker More's with Meg video. So happy stamping, everyone.